He looked at my newborn daughter and said the words that destroyed me. That's not mine. Not a question. Not uncertainty. A statement. Cold. Final. Cruel. I was still in the hospital bed. Still exhausted from 18 hours of labour. Still bleeding. And Kang Tae-hyun, the most feared Korean Mafia boss in Seoul, stared at the baby girl in my arms like she was a stranger's problem. "Get a DNA test," he said. "Until then, don't contact me." Then he walked out. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. And I sat there holding our daughter, wondering how the man who whispered, "I love you," 3 months ago could look at his own child and feel nothing. Let me rewind. 6 months earlier, I was serving drinks at an upscale Korean restaurant in Gangnam. Tae-hyun came in with his crew, 12 men in black suits, moving like shadows. Everyone in Seoul knew who he was. Kang Tae-hyun, head of the Kang family. Ruthless, untouchable, dangerous. But when he looked at me that first night, something shifted. He didn't treat me like the help. He asked my name, remembered it, came back 3 nights in a row just to see me. By the 4th night, he asked me to dinner. I should have said no. I should have known better. But when a man like that looks at you like you're the only person in the room, you forget logic. We started secretly dating. He said it had to stay quiet because of his position. I understood, or at least I thought I did. Then I got pregnant. I was terrified to tell him. But when I finally did, he held my face and said, "We'll figure this out together." I believed him. And for 3 months he was there, checking on me, making sure I ate, protecting me. Then one day he just stopped. Calls went to voicemail. Texts turned blue with no response. He disappeared like I never existed. When I went into labour alone, I called him 23 times. He showed up once, at the end, just to tell me the baby wasn't his. Subscribe if you've ever loved someone who made you feel worthless, because this gets worse before it gets better. I named her Mina. She had his eyes, dark, intense, beautiful, but he never saw it. 2 weeks after she was born, I got a legal letter. A demand for a DNA test, not a request. A court order, like I was trying to trap him. Like I was a liar. I cried reading that letter. Not because I was scared of the test. I knew the truth. I cried because the man I loved thought so little of me. The test was scheduled at a private medical facility. When I arrived with Mina, Tae-hyun was already there, standing with his lawyer, arms crossed, face like stone. He didn't even look at her. "Let's get this over with," he said. The nurse took samples from all 3 of us. Tae-hyun left before the swab was even processed. I sat there holding Mina, trying not to fall apart. "Results in 3 days," the nurse said gently. 3 days, 72 hours to prove I wasn't lying, to prove my daughter existed, to prove I mattered. On day 2, something strange happened. I was at my tiny apartment when someone knocked. Not Tae-hyun, a woman, older, elegant, expensive suit. "My name is Choi Min-seo," she said. "I work for the Kang family." My stomach dropped. "If you're here to threaten me..." "I'm here to warn you." She stepped inside without asking, looked around my small space, then at Mina sleeping in her bassinet. "That baby is in danger," she said quietly. "What?" "Tae-hyun rejected her to protect her." I stared at her. "That doesn't make sense." The Kang family has enemies. If they knew he had a child, especially one outside the family structure, they'd use her to hurt him, or worse. "So he just abandoned us." "He made you both invisible," she corrected. "There's a difference." She pulled out a folder. Inside were photos, some men watching my apartment, cars parked across the street for hours. Surveillance I hadn't even noticed. "Who are they?" I whispered. "The Shin family, rivals. They've been watching you since the pregnancy. If Tae-hyun claims that child publicly, they'll know she's real, and they'll come for her." My hands started shaking. "Why are you telling me this?" Min Seo's expression softened. "Because I raised Tae-hyun, and I know what it's like to be erased for protection instead of loved openly." She left an envelope on my table. "Don't open it until after the DNA results." Then she was gone. I stared at that envelope all night. Day 3. The call came at 2 p.m. "Miss Rivera, this is Dr. Kim from the clinic. Your results are ready." "And?" A pause. "The test confirms paternity. Kang Tae-hyun is the biological father." I already knew. But hearing it officially, it broke something open inside me. "Has he been notified?" I asked. "Yes, he's requesting a meeting. Today. 6 p.m. Same location." I almost said no. Almost told them to tell him to go to hell. But I needed answers. I needed to look him in the face and ask him why. So I went. He was waiting in the same private room. But this time he looked different. Tired. Older somehow. When I walked in, holding Mina, he stood. Stared at her for a long moment. Then at me. "I'm sorry," he said. Just like that. No build-up. No excuse first. Just sorry. "That's it!" My voice cracked. "You destroyed me. You made me feel like a liar. You abandoned your own daughter, and all you have is, 'I'm sorry.'" I had no choice. Everyone has a choice. Not when people you love are in danger. He sat down heavily. "The Shin family has been trying to destroy my organization for 2 years. They've killed 3 of my men, threatened my mother, burned down businesses." "What does that have to do with Mina?" His jaw tightened. "They found out about you." My heart stopped. 2 months into your pregnancy, they started following you, taking photos, learning your routine. I tried to keep you close and protected, but they were watching too carefully. "So you just left?" "I made it look like I didn't care. Like you meant nothing. Like the baby wasn't mine." He finally looked at Mina. Really looked. "If they thought she was mine, they'd take her. Use her against me, hurt her to hurt me." His voice broke on that last part. "So I made you hate me instead." I wanted to scream, to throw something, to make him feel the pain I felt. "You should have told me," I whispered. "I couldn't risk it. They were listening, watching. If you knew the truth, you'd act differently. They'd notice." Silence filled the room. "The DNA test was my idea," he admitted. "I needed legal documentation that I rejected paternity. Something that would make the Shin family think I truly didn't believe she was mine." "You used our daughter as bait?" "I used myself as the villain so she could be safe." Comment below, would you forgive him after hearing this? Or is some damage too deep? I remembered Min Seo's envelope. Pulled it from my bag. "Your assistant came to see me." Tae-hyun's eyes widened. "Min Seo? When?" 2 days ago, she left this." I opened it. Inside was a legal document. A trust fund. In Mina's name. $5 million. Established the day I told him I was pregnant. My breath caught. "You've been protecting her this whole time," I whispered. "I've been protecting both of you." He pulled out his phone, showed me security footage. Men stationed outside my building. Rotating shifts. "You thought you were alone," he said quietly. "You were never alone." I started crying. Not from sadness, from exhaustion, From 6 months of thinking I meant nothing. I hated you, I said. I know. I thought you were a monster. I needed you to. Mina started fussing. Tae-hyun froze. Can I... He hesitated. Can I hold her? I looked at him. This man who rejected her, protected her, lied to save her. Slowly I stood and placed our daughter in his arms. He held her like she was made of glass, stared at her face like he was memorizing it. Hi, Mina, he whispered. I'm your dad. And he started crying. The most feared man in Seoul, holding his daughter, crying. We can't stay here, he said suddenly. What? The DNA results are official now, recorded. The Shin family will find out. But you said... I said I made it look like I rejected her, but legal documents are different. If they dig deep enough, they'll find the truth. Fear shot through me. What do we do? You come with me, both of you, tonight. Where? Somewhere they can't touch you. He made a call, spoke rapid Korean, then looked at me. Pack light, we leave in an hour. Tae-hyun, they know where you live. They've known for months. The only reason they haven't acted is because they thought you didn't matter to me. He stood, still holding Mina. Now that the DNA proves she's mine, you're both targets. 1 hour later, I was in the back of an armoured SUV. Mina in a car seat beside me. Tae-hyun in front with the driver. 3 more vehicles escorted us. Where are we going? I asked. A safe house outside Seoul. No one knows about it except my most trusted people. We drove for 2 hours. Through the city, into the mountains, to a compound hidden behind gates and guards. It looked like a fortress. You'll stay here until it's safe, Tae-hyun said. And when will that be? His silence was the answer. Inside the house was beautiful. Modern, warm, safe, nothing like I expected. There's a nursery upstairs, he said quietly. I had it built 3 months ago. I stared at him. You've been planning this? I've been preparing for every possibility. He showed me the room. A crib, toys, clothes in every size. Hey, everything a baby would need. I didn't know if I'd ever get to use it, he admitted, but I built it anyway. Days turned into weeks. We lived in that compound together. Not as a couple. As co-parents in hiding. Tae-hyun was different here. Softer. He'd wake up for Mina's 3 a.m. feedings. Change diapers without being asked. Sing to her in Korean when she cried. One night I found him in the nursery. Just watching her sleep. I missed so much already, he said. You were protecting her. Doesn't make it hurt less. I sat beside him. I'm still angry at you, I admitted. You should be. But I'm starting to understand why. He looked at me. I don't expect forgiveness. Good, because I'm not there yet. What do you expect? I thought about it. Honesty. From now on, no more secrets, no more protecting me by hurting me. Deal. And you have to trust that I'm strong enough to handle the truth. His jaw tightened. The truth is dangerous. So is loving you. That landed hard. Because it was true. Loving Kang Tae-hyun meant living in a world where enemies watched. Where safety was temporary. Where trust was earned in blood. I'll tell you everything, he promised. But it's going to be ugly. I'm ready. So he told me. About the Shin family. The territory wars. The murders. The betrayals. Everything he'd been carrying alone. And I listened. Not as a victim. As his partner. It happened on week 3. Alarms screamed through the compound. Tae-hyun grabbed me. Take Mina. Go to the safe room. Now. What's happening? They found us. Gunshots exploded outside. He shoved a gun in my hand. Do you know how to use this? No. Point, squeeze, don't hesitate. Then he kissed Mina's head, looked at me. I won't let them touch you. And he was gone. I ran to the safe room, locked the reinforced door, held Mina while chaos erupted outside. It lasted 20 minutes, the longest 20 minutes of my life. Then silence. A knock. It's me, Taehyun's voice. I opened the door. He was covered in blood. Not his. It's over, he said. Are they, dead? All of them. He collapsed against the wall. The Shin family sent 15 men. We were ready. I stared at him. This man who just killed to protect us. Is it finally over? I whispered. For now. Not the answer I wanted, but the truth. 3 months later, we're still in the compound. But it feels less like hiding, more like home. Taehyun officially claimed Mina. Publicly. Announced her to his entire organisation. Made it clear, anyone who touches her dies. The Shin family is gone. Destroyed. But new enemies always come. That's the life he lives. The life we live now. I still don't fully trust him. Some damage takes years to heal. But every morning I wake up and he's there, holding our daughter, singing to her in Korean, protecting us. Do you regret it? He asked me one night. Regret what? Loving me. I thought about it. Really thought. I regret the pain, I said honestly, but I don't regret her. I looked at Mina sleeping between us. And I don't regret learning what you'd sacrifice to keep us safe. He took my hand. I'll spend the rest of my life earning your trust back. Good, I said, because I'm not going anywhere. Not because I forgave everything, but because some love is worth fighting through the damage. And ours? It was forged in lies, blood and protection. But it's ours. Broken and dangerous. No, real. If you made it this far, you didn't just watch a story. You felt every second of it. Subscribe because the next one gets even darker. Comment your country below. Let me know where real ones are watching from.